Welcome to DStv Roundtable with me, Donovan Goliath, and we are here with some of your favorite stars on DStv, and today we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna play a little game, have some fun. It's called Never Have I Ever. All of you have been given one of these paddles. The paddles have two potential answers. I have and I have not. I'm gonna ask this question and I need you to answer immediately. So there's no thinking, there's no deliberating, you answer immediately. And then we may prod just a little bit and get some more out of it. You guys ready? Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. Question one. Never have I ever disagreed with the director. Ah. Oh. I
don't know how this works. It's never have I ever, I have.
Oh, so you have disagreed with the director. Yes. Okay, so you have, yes. You have not yet.
Yes, not yet. You know, I mean, it's the first season. So, you know, nobody knows who Gogo Maweni is. So now you want to pull out all the stops, you know, and she's always like, please do this, please. And then I'm like, okay.
It's the day she doesn't say please, you know that, right?
Second season, I've made money. You can't force me to do anything, darling.
Okay, on to the next one. Interesting question, and I'm very keen to see who's going to answer first. Never have I ever had a paranormal experience.
I knew, that's why I looked at you like, really?
Perfect. I'm keen to hear what your experience was, Bia.
I think I saw an alien.
Oh.
And I have no one to back me up on this because I was alone.
Was it the ship or was it an actual alien?
It was just the strangest light I've ever seen. I was in one of the rooms in our house and my parents were in the other room and it looked like a guitar pick turned around, made out of different lights, and it was hovering above Belleville. And I was just like, what is this? And I went to call my parents and I said, come check it out. They said, we'll get there now. And I went back, it was still there. It moved a bit, and then I went back and finally they came up and then it was gone. But it definitely wasn't a helicopter and it was just hovering there like very silently. But I haven't had a spook or a ghost or anything.
Come to my house.
I'm gonna come to your show and then...
Yeah, let's hear your story quickly, Leanne.
Well, okay. I've seen things, right? But a lot stands out, especially my mom's brother. My mom's brother's late, right? He passed on somewhere in KZN. And there's sections to being a sangoma. So there's Amakela, Ubunguni, Ubundawo, you know, it's Tunya. So after doing Amakela, I had to do Ubundawo. Then I had to do Ubunguni. Ubunguni is my mom's brother. Spirit lives in me. So if you watch the show, I get into a trance. And, you know, there are sangomas that do that as well. Where, I don't know what happens to me, but I just see black for a minute. And when I speak in a male's voice, and I speak Zulu. And after the whole thing, somebody needs to tell me what I said, you know? So I've allowed him to live within me and live through me. So this one night, I don't know, what, I was on my phone at 3 o'clock. I don't sleep. I don't. I'm a strong believer, if I sleep a lot, that means amadlozi are also sleeping, you know? So at 3 o'clock, the kids' toys, hello, you know those lights, those...
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, hell no. You know, like, I literally jumped out of bed. I looked at it and it said, hello. I crossed over. I went to my mom, come and see this, because I was freaking out.
Yeah.
Freaking out. And then when my mom came, she picked it up, it didn't have batteries. I know you'll think I'm not talking crap, I swear. I swear on my kids, that little toy did not have batteries. So I then ran out of my room, my bedroom. But something said to me, get impepo sage, right? Get impepo kuka, you know, and talk, because the spirit that's there is not there to harm you. Then I switched on my candles and I spoke and I said, you really scared me. I spoke in my language and I'm like, you really scared me. You can stay, but if you're here to make trouble, I don't want you here, you know? And then I slept like a baby afterwards. I think 2 days later, I was walking up the stairs in the house and, you know, gently I felt somebody touched me. So it's like, I promise you, people will think, but you come sleep over my house, you'll meet him.
Is he hanging around because he's got unfinished business that he needs you to resolve, or what is?
No, he's hanging around because he was a healer, you know.
So he's
even when I pass
you.
On, oh, yes, he guides me.
That's cool.
But I have, even when I pass on, I strongly believe Marcus, my middle child, is a sangoma.
Is it?
The things he does, he's 4 years old, but the things he talks about, you know, even when he's sleeping, he'd come and say things, and I'd be like, I constantly, even yesterday I was at the river in the morning, I constantly have to remind them he's a child, please, you know, just let him continue with school. He needs to grow. When he's ready, when he's 18 or 21, and this is the route he wants to take, I will never stop him.
Very interesting.
On to our next question. Never have I ever had a near-death experience. Okay. So you've had a near-death experience, Pierre?
I have. I'm not sure if it would have been literal death, but I would have been a vegetable afterwards. We had a show once where people managed to get in through like this hole in the wall and rob everybody backstage, like steal all their bags. And so they came and fetched me, which is, I don't know why, and I went through the hole to go and see if I could find it. And I found the bags with people, but then I got the bags, but then both me and the thieves were then robbed again by different robbers, and I started running away. For some reason, they threw me with a brick, but I had dreadlocks, which was tied behind my back like this.
You had dreadlocks.
The brick hit my dreadlocks and bounced from my dreadlocks onto my shoulder and took like a little chunky out of my shoulder. But I think if the corner of the brick hit my, I would have been...
I don't think it's the corner of the brick. I think if you didn't have dreadlocks.
Yes.
I'm trying to picture him with dreadlocks.
I know.
Yeah, so that dread saved me.
What was your near-death experience?
I didn't really go into neurological near death, but I had a very bad motorcycle accident.
Shucks, how long ago?
It was in 2001, actually. My very, very early 20s.
You were riding?
Yeah, very brave, very irresponsible, I suppose. But someone else skipped the red light. So, and it was 6 o'clock in the morning. He was on his way to work, so was I. And yeah, I flew over the bonnet, and I was very proud of my motorcycle. It was an old Suzuki, very beautiful shaped.
Yeah.
And I broke my foot and hurt my hip and my fingers, everything on the right side, scars, head injury, because, you know, the beginning of the hipster era was then, and my helmet was also too cool for school, unfortunately, and not safe. So I'm very, very lucky. Unfortunately, I'm too neurotic. I want to still ride bikes, especially those older ones, but I figured you get one chance.
Yeah.
You know, no one will agree with me, especially real bikers, on that one, but it's just not worth it for me.
I hear you. I wish you would have said, I broke my hip, helmet. All right, we keep it moving then. Never have I ever had a near-death experience.
Aye.
You have?
Yeah, and I only told my mom this this year, and this happened when I was in grade 7. So there's this place called Samke, where like kids normally camp in PE, and at the time I'm seeing all the kids have fun because there's like a river and it's high tide. So I'm like in the school where there's predominantly white kids. So obviously, like, most of them can swim and all of those things. I'm like, I want to have fun. I want to go swim. You know, so we were swimming in the pool, and they were like, oh, okay, we got canoes. We can go to the, you know, to the river. I'm like, all right, great. So I see everybody having fun. They're they're literally like in the river and everything. And I'm like, okay, cool. I want to join because this seems like fun. Nobody's dying. Cool. I get in, but I can't swim like professional level. So like I can swim, but I can't float. Now I'm like trying to swim to the other side of the river, but I get tired. So now it's life or death, because now I'm like, okay, I'm dying, I'm drowning right now, and my head would dip in, dip out. And like the kids would look at me and think I'm like playing some joke, and it got more serious. And I remember taking my last breath, and it was my first genuine prayer to God that if this is how I go, please let my mom know that I do love her. And I literally, I kid you not, because my mom cried when she heard this. I reached out my hand for the last time because I was too tired and I was sinking. And when I reached my hand out, I felt one of the canoes, and it was a friend of mine.
Wow.
He literally paddled me to safety, and he was like, dude, are you okay? I'm like, dude, I just want to cry right now because I nearly died, and my mom would have never known, right? Like why I went in there, and it would have always been I really wish you didn't do that because I still have you here right now. So yeah, that was
Thank you for just sucking all the fun and energy out of this game.
I warned y'all it's depressing when I started.
Well, we're glad you're here. We're absolutely glad you're here. On to the next one. Never have I ever disagreed with the director. Of course you have.
It's unanimous.
Interesting. Stephanie, as a sweet person, and you are a very sweet person, how have you had a disagreement with the director?
Not openly, in my head I did.
How does this even count? How does that count?
You asked if I disagreed, I disagreed.
What was it about? So what was in your head? What were the actual words in your mind? Because you spoke to me, I've spoken to you, and then you say...
We won't
go there. We won't go there. We will keep it at that. That was very impressive. So every single one of you had a disagreement with a director.
Yes.
Nice. Never have I ever forgotten my lines.
Yo.
No.
Have.
Oh,
Khosi. Yeah.
What?
No, he was not sure there of himself. What happened? What happened? Tell me what happened.
Hey, man, you know that thing of, you don't understand something, but hey, I want to say it in my own words, man. But I know it's written, and you know, I just forgot. I'm like, no, I'm going to say it the way I understand it, because I forgot them.
I started.
Usually if you like dry on stage, it's like for a second. It feels like forever.
Yeah.
But
It's the worst.
I did dry. I dried so disastrously I had to leave the stage.
Is there footage anywhere of this?
It was terrible. It was really terrible. And I had to rush to the dressing room and tear open the script where I thought we were. And the other actor didn't know what was going on. So then I went back on. I thought I'd left in character, although I was completely green and sweating. Because I panicked, you see. That's the terrible thing.
Do you know, I have on 2 occasions been so blown away by another person's acting that I
Then you
just
forget.
transfixed. On two occasions, I've been so transfixed with another actor's acting that I've just like forgotten that we were,
But have you
we were doing
ever
a thing.
forgotten your lines and then they're like, Steve, are you okay? No, I'm going through the worst.
You made your own excuses. Never have I ever pressed send and then immediately regretted it.
Right here.
All of you. Didi, you lifted that thing up very quickly. I want to know what your story is.
I think I was drunk texting my ex. And it was before WhatsApp had the delete.
Oh, it saved us, yo. That delete for everyone.
Bruh.
WhatsApp, you saved us.
When did you regret it, though? As you sent it or the next morning?
As I sent it.
Oh,
so
no.
my impulse and my intuition was like, send it, send it. And the moment I sent it, I was like, no!
Yeah. That's happened, right?
Hectic. Well then. Also leads us into the next question. Never have I ever lied to get out of something. Yes, yes. All of you have? All right.
Yes.
All of you have?
I lie all the time.
Me too.
Especially to get out of something like this.
All right, moving swiftly along. We're going to play the next game right now. You can put your paddles away at this point. You're not going to use them. Well done. Well done. We've gotten through that part. This is a trivia game, and I've brought this one out for your sake, obviously, because you have
the family.
There we go. Boom. You should do it to your camera. Do it to Now, this is very simple. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to ask you a question. Don't shout the answer out. Shout out your name so I know that you're the first person to get it right, and then give me the answer. If you get it wrong, I'll move on to the second person whose name I heard first, hopefully, or second rather, hopefully. Good? Everybody happy? These are very simple. You should know all of them. Which South African soccer player was appointed captain of Leeds United in 1998? Come on.
Roseanne.
Yes?
Lucas Radebe?
Lucas Radebe is the correct answer. I'm glad you didn't say Lucas Radebe.
Radebe.
Because Radebe became a thing. They love Lucas, guys. Let me tell you. They love Lucas Radebe overseas.
Can I give you a piece of trivia?
Yes.
The band Kaiser Chiefs named themselves Kaiser Chiefs because they were such fans of Lucas Radebe, who had come from Kaiser Chiefs to come to Leeds.
Correct.
Interesting. Wow. It's amazing. All right, on to our second one. Igneous rocks are generally associated with which natural phenomenon?
Igneous?
Yes.
Caboose? Mercury? No.
No?
Please repeat the question.
That's a nice way of saying I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm sitting out from now on.
Igneous rocks are generally associated with which natural phenomenon?
Janina?
Yes.
Volcanoes?
Correct! Well done, so you did know the answer. This is a very recent one, and I'm hoping all of you know this because it's quite a big deal. Which Nigerian filmmaker will direct the NBA star biopic Greek Freak?
Roseanne.
Yes?
Akin Omatoso.
Akin Omatoso is the correct answer.
On fire.
Yanis.
On fire.
Yanis, that's
You should
that's what Greek
come and
Freak is.
host my show.
Absolutely.
I love trivia. Ek is stout vir 'n stukkie trivia, hoor.
Oh, okay, so this next one, I think is in favor of Janina. Where will the 2023 Rugby World Cup be held? Yes.
France.
Well done. France is the correct answer.
Oui, oui.
Ooh, Cabos, I feel like this is all on you. Approximately, how many films have been shot in South Africa ever?
Wow.
Guys?
You would know that.
Do we need a ballpark or
Ballpark,
exact
you can
number?
give me a ballpark.
Pierre, I'll say 420.
Yeah, I was 420.
420. It's not 420, it's a little less than that.
Okay.
380? It must be around about there.
A little less than that too.
250?
In South Africa, ever?
In South Africa ever, I will take 250. It's about 288.
Wow, that's
Feature films.
I
Do you know
think
we
so.
started at in the beginning of the previous century?
Correct.
I know.
I had a very slow turnaround.
Yeah. Here we are.
Now we're doing 54 this year.
Keeping it moving. What is the smallest country in the world?
Janina? Yes. Luxembourg.
No.
Roseanne?
Yes.
The Vatican.
Damn it.
Correct.
Very good.
Very confident there. And then, no. What is the smallest planet in the solar system?
Dis mos klein, is it Pluto nou deel daarvan? Oh, sorry,
Dis not
Caboose.
Yes.
Pluto.
Nope, it is not Pluto.
Janina?
Yes?
Mercury.
Correct. How do you even know
There was a little rainbee that you learned at school.
this? Okay.
Meneer van As.
I gave the
Meneer
wrong
van
answer
As,
for the
jou
wrong
jas sal
question,
my nie
remember?
pas.
Boom. Okay, next one. Which is the largest internal organ in the human body?
Internal.
Internal.
Roseanne.
Yes.
The liver.
Correct. The liver is correct. Leanne, come on. Come on, Leanne.
Come on, Leanne. Come, Leanne. Come on.
Okay. Who is the only musician ever to have been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for Literature?
Come on.
Yes?
Bob Dylan.
Correct. Bob Dylan
Yay.
is correct. Interesting fact, Kendrick Lamar is the only rapper ever to have been awarded a Pulitzer Prize.
Oh, wow. For his album?
For writing.
I think I need to do some
Pimp a
reading.
Butterfly.
Okay, here we go. Who was the most famous female pilot of the 20th century?
Janina?
Yes, sir. De Beer?
Was it Amelia Earhart?
Amelia Earhart is the correct
I don't like
answer.
this game. Ask me about Amapai. Ask me about things that I know. So, like this,
All right, we're now going to play a game of a million rand but.
Okay.
Happy? All right, here we go. And the question is, a million rand but you can't eat your favorite food for one whole year. 365 days. Yes? You take the million, you take the million.
Take the million.
You take the, look here, in the corner, thinking. What do you think he's thinking about? It's the quota. It's that Russian.
Come on, wait, hold on.
You know, sometimes money isn't everything and quotas
I'm
are.
not to lie here. I'm trying to be honest, okay? It's quite a lot of time.
Okay, we keep it
Zola's
moving.
on a different salary scale to us, but with his gold and his three-piece suit and his giving up R1 million for the quota.
You know, we call it a quota of $1 million. That is what he is. Okay, we keep it moving. Oh, this one is going to be so interesting. $1 million, but you can't clip your toenails ever again.
Yes, but find a way to file them.
Good idea, Kate.
Again.
I would still take them.
She would dance them off. They would come off in her dancing.
Okay, let's keep it going.
Right.
$1 million, but every movie that you want to watch, every single movie, the twists get spoiled completely. So just when you get to that critical moment, boom, a title comes up and goes, this is what's going to happen.
I wouldn't take it.
You wouldn't take the money?
I hate that.
Guys, it's a
wouldn't
movie.
take the money either.
Ah.
Movies are
You watch because you want to know.
Exactly.
Yes.
Especially like a Chris Nolan or like those ones where the twist is a given.
Like this?
Forever.
For R1 million.
You'll take the money.
And what about past movies that I've seen? Well, I've seen it, so I know almost what happened.
No, once you start watching those past movies, boom, the thing will come up.
I'll take the money.
Me too. I'm nogal a plot spoiler as well.
I know.
Because the whole story for me is important.
I googled the Survivor winner before the series comes out because I want to see how the person played the game. I'll take the money.
Yikes.
You don't.
Do you know that?
What's the point?
I look at what the art department did.
$1 million, but you have to get a tattoo from somebody who has no idea how to tattoo. On your neck or an exposed area like an arm.
I have tattoos everywhere, so I can't afford to have somebody tattoo me. That
$1 million?
No. Oh, yes.
On your face. No. You're not allowed to remove it.
Can I still tell the person what to aim for?
How big is it?
Like in terms of...
It's not the positioning, it's the actual talent or lack thereof.
Yes. So the picture that they're drawing is a foot with incredibly long toenails.
In that case.
Interesting one. $1 million, but every time you go to the bathroom, it's live streamed.
I'll take it.
Nothing.
I don't mind.
No way.
Nothing.
I'll take the money also.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. $1 million, because by the time they've watched me for 2 months, it's going to be old news. So nobody's going to be that keen to tune in anymore, but I've got my $1 million here for my help.
I'm with you.
Give me the money once.
Okay, let's keep it going. $1 million, oh, this is nice. But your voice sounds like you've inhaled helium for the rest of your life.
But I sound like that anyway, so I don't understand.
Give this woman $1 million, please!
Give me the money!
Yes.
Lower.
That's so good. That was so quick. Well, give yourselves a round of applause. You guys managed to get through that. That's it for our game section. This has been DStv Roundtable. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. You can watch these people on their shows on DStv and, of course, on the DStv app, which you can download in the link in the description below. Take care. We are now going to chat about all of the things that you guys said yes to. Bye.